Nochmal kurz Zähne putzen und dann geht's los. So Leute, jetzt mache ich mich auf den Weg, Mr.Alboh zu treffen. Bis gleich.
I wake up every day, every morning when the sun shines. 1,000 people walking side by side, side by side. No one really cares, nothing really matters when you're lost in there. But it's alright when I'm by your side. I'm feeling good. 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 I feel good. I feel good. Working all day long, and I can't wait to come back home. 9 hours a day, and I have to wait one more.
Servus Leute, ich bin heute beim Ringhotel Krone in Friedrichshafen. Links neben mir sitzt Mr.Alboh. Er hat bereits 4 Alben veröffentlicht und tourt durch ganz Europa. Ich wünsche euch gleich ganz viel Spaß und sage gleich herzlich willkommen, Mr.Alboh. Hallo Mr.Alboh.
Hi everybody.
Nice to meet you again.
My pleasure.
It was a great concert.
Thanks a lot.
You love what you do.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah, it's what I like. Yeah.
Let's start the interview. If you need describe yourself in 3 words to someone who does not know you, what would you tell him?
Oh, that's a nice question. 3 words. I will say like cheerful and maybe free. And third one, creative. So yeah, that's tough to describe yourself, by the way.
No, you do it very good. Thank you very much. Why are you doing music?
Yeah, nice question. Why? So basically, my click, it was when I was flying back from Sweden to Milan, and it was a very bad fly. It was going down, and when I came back home, I just felt like what will I regret? If this will be my last day of on planet Earth, and my answer was just music. I don't know why. It was something that I was already doing when I was like a little kid, and so maybe that's why I just switched back to music. So I think it's everything related to our childhood memories. So I was playing when I was a kid, so maybe that's why I just got back all these things. Yeah.
How old you was when you start with music?
I think like 7 years old or something like that.
Okay, and you start with singing or with guitar, or what was your first?
Yeah, the first approach to music is that I used to have the guitar of my father at home in my room, so I just take the guitar and just strum some chords, and then my grandpa gave me a harmonica, and so I was just combining the 2 things together. And I remember once I was in the elementary school, and our teacher, she told us to write a new song for tomorrow. So basically, the day after I record a song and on a tape, and they really like it, and they took me to sing it to all the class of the school, and that was quite. And like 2 weeks after, they inscribed me to a singing competition, and I was playing in front of 2,000 people
Wow.
and I was classified like second place. So that's it.
That's great. Thank you. What does your everyday looks like?
That's a nice question. I love your questions, by the way. There's no there. It's like there are two kind of normal days. Like when I'm producing in winter for the movie and the TV, it's most likely that I wake up and I just hit the studio, and I went inside of the recording studio, and I just come out from the box for eating, and then it's evening and it's time to go to bed, because when you are in the recording studio the time is just running away. Or the other normal days, just when I'm on tour, just driving and I arrive to the place, just greet the people and sound check, you do the show, and then you look for food, and hopefully you talk to people, you met new persons, and these are my standard days, I would say.
Wow. It's turbulent or not?
I like what I'm doing, so I'm tired at the end of the day, as every human being, but I'm happy. So I'm much more happy than tired. So that makes sense.
Cool. Has your life changed since then?
Yeah, definitely. And it was not an easy decision, because I used to have like a normal job. I have a degree in business administration. I used to already work in a bank, so I could have just kept going, on this way. So it was not an easy decision, but definitely up to where I'm now, my life has changed quite a lot, and in a good way.
Now I have a great question. If you could go back in time, what will you tell your former self as advice?
Oh, whoa.
Take-
That takes time.
Take your
takes
time.
But it's a very good one, and I think I will keep asking myself this question, later on as well. But I think I will just maybe, if I will have the chance to talk to myself when I was younger, I will just probably say like, don't be afraid and just try. It's gonna be alright. Because I used to be maybe too much afraid of the things, like decisions. So that will be the answer.
It's very good. What do you like to do in your free time?
Sleep,
Sleeping. That's good.
When I have some free time, I like to sleep. But despite that, I like to meet people, especially my friends, because I don't have usually a lot of free time. So it's always good, to keep relationship with parents and friends and these things. Or just right now I just get nerdy about something. I just get focused on something and I want to do it. Like right now I'm learning cinematography, so I just book the camera and just go. And my favorite topic on YouTube are tutorials, so just learn new things. That's it.
That's cool. Sounds a little bit like me.
Cool.
What are your plans for the future?
Nice question. There's a new album, it just came out, and so just touring around and let the people listen to these new songs, and so touring all around and some productions. So it's like splitting my years in summertime, like touring, and wintertime producing for TV series and movies. And there are some big plans coming up for 2019 and 2020, but it's still too early to talk about it. But just stay tuned.
Very cool. What was the funniest thing that ever happened to you? At home or maybe at work? You can decide for yourself.
Okay. I'm not sure that is the funniest, but sure it was like one of the top 3 I was once playing in Tuscany in Florence, and I was sleeping in a hostel, which was like an ancient castle or something like that. I still haven't figured it out. No, it was an ancient hospital actually.
I'm sorry, what is ancient?
It was an old
old.
hospital.
Thank
like
you.
back in the medieval time, they were like, and so that was the situation. I was there. I was playing in Florence, and I came back home. I came back to the hostel, and it was a very huge hostel, like a castle, like a very huge one.
Yes.
And it was just me and another guest. And there was a girl from Australia. She was just crazy. Like, for example, I just came back home one evening, and he was just sitting on the bed and like moving like this, like comfortably moving, and she was like, I lost my telephone. And I was like, okay, I just help you to search for that. Well, basically, she forgot the telephone in the taxi driver. So I just called the taxi company, and they told me like, we can not do anything about it. I messed it up actually. We were in the sleeping room, and she was asking me like, can you help me to find the telephone number of the taxi company? And so we just went all the way down, which was a long way, like 2 stairs, garden, living room, and then reception, which was no one in there because the reception was closing soon. So just for connecting for the Wi-Fi, and I called the taxi driver, and they told me they cannot do anything about it. And suddenly she was like standing from the chair, and she was like saying like, I feel it, I hear it, I feel it. And I thought like, oh, very good. She just heard her telephone ringing. I can't, and she was just walking, and she was walking with the pajama with a light on the head, in the middle of the darkness, So she was walking the big room. She was walking the big dining room. She was walking the breakfast room. She was walking on the garden, and she was walking upstairs. And while she was walking every steps, I was feeling much more uncomfortable. Like, wow, she have a really good ear to hear that so far away. And at the end of the day, she was just walking upstairs. She locked herself in the bathroom, and that's it. So yeah, that was kind of thriller funny, because basically it was not funny at that time, but if I look myself on that situation, it was funny, because basically I just took all my guitar and all my amplifier, and I was just running away, and I was sleeping in my car for one evening. So at the moment it was terrifying, but now it's very funny, hopefully. That's it.
Great. Thank you very much to telling us this story. Wow, great. Thank you.
Thanks to you.
Now you have the opportunity to tell the guys out there something what you like, and you can recommend whatever you want.
Okay.
Advice, restaurant, organization.
Okay. Some recommendations. Well, my mind just go to music, but there are a lot of recommendations. I would say to you, just check out some great songwriters like Ben Habra, that nobody knows him, or Misch, or Stu Larsen. He's a cool guy. He's a very friendly guy, so he deserves all the best. Check him out, and that would be my suggestions.
Cool. Thank you very much, and thank you for the interview.
Thanks a lot, and thank you for the nice questions. All right.
Bye. See you again. Today I'm